Asher and Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is Pipeman here on the Adventures Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Ike Wynter.
Nice, here at Aftershock.
Yeah, Aftershock Festival here in Sacramento.
So why are you here?
I got asked by the festival to make a piece of art for a band. My art is pretty unique. I get to take wood that I find in dumpsters in the side of the road and turn it into art. And
Love that.
yeah, so I made a list of bands to Aftershock, and they said, let's do one for All American Rejects. And so I flew my art out here. It took about 90 hours to make this piece of art.
Wow.
Flew it out here, then we gifted it to the All American Rejects when they played here on Thursday.
So what I love about what you do is that, like, instead of stuff being wasted, you're putting use to it and great use to it.
Yeah.
Where did the idea come from that you just started doing this?
So my family has always been in the waste industry my entire life, and pulling gems out of dumpsters is kind of my heritage. And wood is always the one thing that it gets thrown out. You can't really recycle it. If it's chipped up furniture, you can't donate it. It's hard to repurpose wood.
Yeah.
But I kept seeing wood that had cool patina on it. So I said, I'm just going to start cutting it up and making art out of it. It was never meant to be a career. It was never meant to take it to this scale. It was just like a hobby. And
wow.
So to this day, I've yet to paint or stain or buy a piece of wood. If I want to make something a green or a purple, I have to go out and find that color.
Wow.
Yeah, it started out as just curiosity, and now it's taken me to making art for some of my favorite bands.
So tell me how that works. Like, when you make it, first of all, what's your process for the creativity of it? And then, like, how do you know where you're going to go to get what you use?
Yeah, I pick up wood all day, every day, and I bring it back to my shop, and I have a whole warehouse full of random pieces of furniture, doors, fences. So usually when I start building a project, I'll pull from my inventory. Sometimes I do find a piece of wood, though, on the street that day, and it inspires a piece of art. And then really when it comes to the clients, I lean into stuff that's unique and memorable to them. So, for instance, All American Rejects, instead of just doing an album cover of theirs from 20 years ago, my whole goal with this piece was they've been doing this backyard series all summer. They've been playing these backyard shows, and they haven't really had anything to document that aside from the video footage of it. So I made them a piece of art that documented a band playing a backyard show with the people all around, the houses in the background, the balconies. I like making the art unique to artists that they get to do the coolest job in the world, and to create something for them that makes them go wow is like always my goal.
And it's harder when you're dealing with other artists.
Fully.
Because it's not like just the average person. It's like they're artists.
Fully. You have their creative critique as part of it too. Thankfully, with my style of art, it's, hey, before I show it to them, I'm like, hey, this is all wood from a dumpster, and I cut it into a bunch of shapes, and they're like, okay. And then you show it to them, and they're like, how does your brain work like that? So I have that as my storytelling and as a component, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't know. I love creating my art, so at the end of the day, I get to sit in a studio and listen to bands like All American Rejects and cut wood, and then now to be able to gift it to them is super rad. So
that is rad.
Yeah.
And is there a band specifically that you would love to make art for?
I have 5. I appreciate you asking that. I have 5 moonshots in life, and one of them is making a piece of art for Green Day.
Wow, there you go.
That is, Green Day and Tony Hawk are my 2 people I want to make art for that are kind of my North Star. Yeah, I don't know. Green Day was my first favorite band growing up, watching all their music videos growing up, and now later in life I've been able to see them a few times the past few years, and just like so much respect for who they are as people, how they get along as a band still, how they have a message and they've always put it out to the world for 35 years now. And to build them a piece and shake their hands would just be like the ultimate honor. So that's where I'm aiming for.
And what's cool about them is like, okay, so they played Rockville, and I brought my grandson because his favorite band is Green Day.
Yep.
So the fact that they have this multi-generational following just blows my mind.
70-year-olds all the way down to 6-year-olds.
Right?
Yeah. And that's not an easy thing to do in the art world, you know?
No.
It's a legacy band, and earlier this summer I got to build a piece for the Killers, and that was very much the same.
Oh, that's cool.
They're these like name a bigger rock band of our generation of the 21st century here. So to meet a band like the Killers and give them a piece of art that they appreciated and something they'd never seen before was like, this is very cool. It's bands I grew up on. And so Green Day is one of the North Stars, yeah.
Maybe you could even advance to making art that they use in their stage set.
Honestly, I would be okay with an artist burning my art on stage. I'd be okay with it. Yeah.
Now that would be fun,
right? I did do a piece of art for Chiodos. They played here last night.
Yeah,
and they put it on their stage when they were on tour earlier this spring. So they really loved their piece that I made them, and they use it on stage as a prop a couple shows. So yeah, I mean, to incorporate my art into something that the band is doing sometimes, that'd be rad. I would like if Green Day was like, hey, can we burn it since it's made out of wood? Like burn it on stage. I'm like, dude, have at it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Came from a dumpster anyway.
It came from a dumpster. I mean, I do spend hundreds of hours building it, but
if Green Day's going to burn it, it's worth it.
Oh, if Billy Joe lights my art on fire, that's the best person in the world to light my art on fire. I'd be okay with it.
And so we were talking before, and you work a lot with sports, too.
Yeah.
So how'd that come about?
I mean, last summer, the Brewers were on a pretty good hot streak. I'm from Milwaukee, so that's our hometown team. And I got to build a piece for Robin Yount. He's the most famous brewer of all time. Back in the 80s, he took us to the World Series, and they were trying to honor him for his 50th anniversary since his rookie year. So I got to build him a cool plaque, got to gift it to him and his family at the Brewers clubhouse, which was so cool, being a kid from Milwaukee. That translated into the NHL hired me to make a replica of the Stanley Cup.
Whoa, I want one of those.
And I got to go to a Stanley Cup dinner and do a private photo shoot with the cup and my art.
Oh, my God.
Which was nuts.
That's insane.
And then in November, the next month, the Milwaukee Bucks, I got to make a piece of art for their 90s logo, which is my favorite sports logo of all time. Their purple and green Buck logo. It's just so iconic, and I found a purple door and a green chest to make it. And finally, the last of the four major sports, the NFL, they emailed me on December 30th of last year and said, the NFL draft is in Wisconsin this year. It's a big deal. Would you be the artist that makes all the artwork for the hallway as the players walk down? We need you to make all 32 NFL logos.
Wow. That's a large task.
Yeah, it was a 700-hour project. It took 2.5 months, and we finished it, and the NFL put me on a pretty big pedestal, and it was big shoes to fill, and now I've been grateful to work with them. And now that this NFL season rolled around, I've partnered with Thursday Night Football. So I was featured on Thursday Night Football 2 weeks ago. Wow. I'm flying to Atlanta next week for a Monday Night Football game for Atlanta Bills game. So, yeah, the sports world is like they're embracing me and my art. But at my core, I'm a punk kid who grew up in a hardcore metal band.
Nice.
And I want to keep building art for bands and growing this aspect as well. So
I love it. Well, you're at the right place. Now you have to just be at all the Danny Wimmer festivals.
Exactly. Oh, no, yeah. Yeah, this was like the start of it all with me and Danny Wimmer, and it was great. It was so cool working with their team. We met each other through TikTok randomly.
That's cool.
One of their people uploaded a TikTok about this festival, and we connected, and they said, do you want to build a piece of art for an artist someday? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So that was like a month ago.
Wow.
So it happened very quick, and we're looking forward to next summer to see what opportunities we can explore at, a handful of their festivals, because me being from a kid from Milwaukee and loving all these bands, I see all their festivals every year, and I'm like, oh, I got to make it to Incarceration sometime. I got to make it to Rockville. And now I might be able just to come and do
make
art.
one like Shawshank Prison.
Yeah. No, I know.
That would be cool.
And the goal is potentially next year we might do live art where I'm actually at the festival here building a piece of my art in the corner. And by the end of the weekend, it's like a done piece of art.
I love it.
So
I love it.
There might be that component. We'll see.
So since you're a Milwaukee boy,
yep,
I want to share with you Mike, who introduced us.
Yeah.
He just had an epiphany last night or recently.
Okay.
That glove, the logo, he never knew it said MB.
It's the greatest sports logo, and no one knows. Yeah.
Right?
It's a
now
baseball
you can
glove.
bust his chops for that.
I know. When people realize that and they've watched sports their entire life, they're just like, what? It's considered, in the graphic design art world, it's considered one of the greatest sports logos because of that factor.
As somebody that does some graphic design, that makes sense.
The M,
it's
the B,
brilliant.
The glove,
You don't know unless you really know.
Yeah. Look, For everyone listening, take a second look at the Brewers logo. Yeah, it'll blow your mind.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share with the listeners that we haven't covered already?
I mean, I'm going to give a hometown shout out and say go Brewers. We just won our first playoff game today against the Cubs.
Nice.
No, I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to work alongside Danny Wimmer and looking forward to next year and what it all brings.
We're looking forward to it too. Give out your information, web, socials, anything like that you may have.
Yeah, my Instagram and TikTok is Ike_Wynter with a Y, so Wynter. And it's cool. I get to document finding wood on the side of the road and turning it into art and meeting all of our childhood idols. So I'm grateful that I get to do it and also share it with the internet of like people's personalities of people we grew up listening to or idolizing in our lives and sharing that with the internet. So it's great.
Well, you're a true artist by taking stuff that would have been wasted and turning it into somebody else's treasure.
Yeah. And
I love it.
It's such a cool component. I'm grateful to be able to do it every day.
Well, we're grateful you're here at Aftershock, and thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipe Man.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipe Man on W4CY Radio.